I've stated that there were 2 Gazette notices, that is 6285, 3 Gazette notices, 6285, 6286, and 6287, whereby members of the board who were appointed were 22. The other ambit is that she relied on a wrong provision of the law. And if you look at the judicial officers code of conduct, that is rule 35. States that a judicial officer shall exhibit respect to the rule of law, comply with law, avoid impropriety and appearance of impropriety, and act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judicial service. That one definitely clearly indicates that the CJ did not comply with the law. The second part of it is that on the professionalism and courtesy, that is Rule 12.1, states that a judicial officer or any other officer in the judicial service shall ensure that his official and private conduct uphold at all times the dignity and the integrity of the judicial service by conducting himself both officially and in private in a dignified, honest, and impeccable manner. So anchored on those rules, as read together with Article 73.1, Article 73A, which talks about public trust to be exercised in a manner that vests in the state officer the responsibility to serve the people rather than to rule over them. That one clearly indicates that if you've appointed more people than the expected number, then definitely you want to have power to rule over them. The third ambit is about the national values and principles of good governance, anchored in Article 10. That is, the rule of law is there, impartiality is there. We also have got democracy is there, and human rights. Those persons who had applied for those given positions and did not get the opportunity to be appointed, then definitely defeats the cause of justice. Hence, the cadre which has been placed, and this one was anchored in one of the rulings of the Supreme Court, whereby the judges unanimously indicated that the preamble of the Judicial Service Code of Conduct Ethics, based on Section 5.1 of the Public Officers Ethics Act Number 4 of 2003, provides that the code is intended to establish standards of ethical conduct of judicial officers to be applied consistently with constitutional requirement. That is a legislation from Parliament. Hence, makes her unfit to hold public office. Any question? Kenya did not comply with the provisions, express clear provisions from prima facie evidence on recruitment of members at the Tax Appeal Tribunal. Whereas the powers which had been conferred upon the Chief Justice, she relied on an old law instead of a new law, the Tax Appeal Tribunal Amendment Act of 2022, whereby Section 4B states that while appointing the members to be at the Tax Appeal Tribunal, they should not be less than 15 and not more than 20. And as per to the Kenya Gazette, dated on 19th, I have it here with me, dated on 19th May 2023, that is Gazette notices 6285, 6286, and 6287. Excellency, the Chief Justice appointed 22 members, which is contrary to the dictates of the law.
I've just been informed of a petition to remove the Chief Justice for one or two things. I think the petition is misplaced because the Chief Justice, I believe, is a stickler for the law, and I know her personally, and I believe she would not be doing anything wrong. If it is political, I think it should be removed, because we are going to aggravate the situation. Because there are three arms of government. There is the judiciary, there is the legislature, and there is the executive. And I believe we should give each arm of government free to do what they think is right. Even though we do not agree with some of the decisions of the judiciary, but we are hoping to appeal and make the laws which will be right so that we can do it. Sometimes I know the judiciary overreaches itself, stopping what we have put as a manifesto, or what the Kenya Kwanza manifesto is. But the petitioner, I think, will need to prove a lot of things, because you cannot just allege that something is wrong when the grounds are very not good enough. So we are with Justice Martha Koome, the Chief Justice. We as the Meru will stand with her, and we will not agree anybody to bully our Chief Justice. She comes from North Menti, and I'll be following this case very strongly with my colleague, Meru members of Parliament, because I think it may be a witch hunt from other quarters to paint Kenya Kwanza badly. So we need to get to the bottom of this.
So mwenye ule amepeleka, wacha tu tuangalie ni wapi, lakini tujue lengo lake. Kama ni mpinzani amemtuma, ndio shauri Chief Justice alikuwa ameenda State House kukutana na rais ndio wazungumze. Nauliza, mbona wasiongee na rais na legislature kwa kuzungumza vile mambo inaweza kufanyika vizuri, upande wa sheria, upande wote. So sioni makosa ile Chief Justice alifanya, lakini hiyo mambo ya tribunal kwamba ameappoint watu vibaya, hiyo yote kuna vile wale wanafanyanga hiyo kazi yake, labda ni kuweka sahihi peke yake.
I would like to start with the news that I received this morning about our Chief Justice Martha Koome being taken to court for allegations which I believe are not even holding any water. I believe this is more of politics, because the Chief Justice sat with our President to reason out together. As far as I know, we are 3 arms of government, and they are independent arms of government. And actually we should not be fighting one another. We should be sitting down and reasoning together. And I think that's why our President, William Ruto, called for this meeting, so that we are in understanding. Much that we are supposed to be overseeing every arm. It's important, of course, that the judiciary are also looked, even when he said that they are corrupt. Some of them surely are corrupt. We are not saying all. It may be even 10% who are corrupt, or 20%, but there are corrupt judges and magistrates in Kenya. And I think we all know that. So when he says he wants them uprooted, it is a fact. So there's no reason to fight Justice Martha Koome just because she sat with the President to reason out things about the judiciary. And I think Martha has been very level-headed. She has been discussing things and talking things without any favor regarding even the country Kenya, and also regarding her judiciary department. And I find it really awkward. I can say it's witch hunting, or fighting our President through the back door. Just because Martha has not come out to say the President is bad, the President is doing that, she's allowing the courts to take their course. Anyway, the gentleman had every right to go to court, but let's also not waste time with simple things like those. We have to sit down and criticize where necessary. And even us who are being criticized, either the legislation or the judiciary or even the executive, there is no hard feelings, because it's nothing personal. But I think this one of CJ is personal.